Hey dudes, one of the most common questions we get is how do I gain weight? It's either I'm a teenager, I'm a hard gainer, I'm an ectomorph, I can't seem to put on the pounds. Well, we wanted to make a video covering exactly that, showing a daily eating routine, workout, and how it's possible. And we wanted to use an actual example of someone who applied that knowledge and saw solid results. Meet the newest buff dude, Jack. And he's done quite a bit. He's made a lot of gains in the last, how long have you actually been tracking your calories and working out for now?
About 7 months.
So in 7 months, you went from around
160 to 180.
160 to 180, and that's a pretty damn big jump in a short amount of time. And that's what it really takes, with consistency, hard work, and patience, because sometimes it takes a little bit longer, but in Jack's case, his body adapted really quick, and it paid off. So you apply those 3 things, and you'll definitely get those results. And Jack's the proof. He is, getting those noob gains. And we knew it right away when we saw him, because we hadn't seen Jack in about a year, and immediately we were like, you put on some size, man, looking good. And then we bestowed upon him the buff dude's tank top. So having said that, let's show you how this is possible. We're gonna take Jack, we're gonna get the food he's eating daily, we're gonna get a workout in, and then hopefully you can apply that knowledge too. And remember, it's gonna take time, consistency, and hard work. Right, Jack?
Yep.
Hell yeah, let's get started.
3 buff dudes, 1 little sitting space.
It's all stuck.
Buff dude sandwich. All right, so we're on our way to get some food. Time to get that fuel to make the body grow. What's your grocery list like, Jack?
I usually buy like wheat bread, Dave's Killer bread, eggs, milk. What else do I get? I get lots of fruits like berries, like strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, raspberries. But then I'll get Greek yogurt, some granola. Put in my Greek yogurt, turkey bacon for breakfast, oatmeal. That's kind of really the main. Oh, and steaks.
Nice.
Let the grocery shopping begin. We're just gonna be grabbing some simple foods, lean meats like chicken, tilapia. We're gonna be hitting some complex carbohydrates like sweet potatoes and oats. The more simple you make your eating plan, the better. You don't have to complicate it. Obviously, you want things to taste good, but at the same time, you don't want to make it too complex where you're struggling trying to make the meals per day. So just keep things simple as you can. You obviously want your proteins, your good carbohydrates, and also your healthy fats too. Peanut butter, avocado, nuts, anything you can really find that's going to be easy for you to make, easy to eat, and something that you actually like to eat too. That really helps. And you also got to think of it is going to be a lot of work. Working out is hard. Sometimes it's hard to be motivated to go to the gym and work out and put up that heavy weight. Eating is going to be the same way. Sometimes you're going to be sick of eating because you're going to be eating a lot. I mean, I started eating out and I started tracking my calories, 4,000 calories a day, every single day. And after a while, it was hard to get in that many calories, but I had a goal. I had a goal to gain a lot of weight, gain a lot of muscle. I was busting my ass in the gym, sometimes 2 times a day, a morning and evening split. And I knew that if I was stressing those muscles that much, that I was gonna have to be eating accordingly. Because if I was not feeding the body properly, it was not going to grow. That's why I was having those 4,000 calories a day consistently and also working out consistently as well. And the combination of the two is that those combination right there is gonna help build those muscles and help you reach the goals that you wanna reach. So in Jack, for instance, he wanted to gain weight. So right away, me and Hudson were saying, you're gonna have those 3,500 calories a day in those healthy portions, sometimes 6 times a day. You're gonna be half a peppering in some protein shakes here and there if you can't get in the proper protein, if you have a struggling to get in just whole meals. So it's just whatever you can do, try to get the amount of calories that you need for the body. But you're not only getting the calories in, you're also working out as well. So that way you're putting a lot of stress on the muscles and they're gonna be hungry for the nutrition that you're gonna feed the body. That's the most important thing is. So a common phrase you hear is 75% nutrition and 25% working out, or somewhere around those lines. And Jack, he has something to say where as far as he started working out and he wasn't getting a lot of results, but
Once I started changing my nutrition up, it sped up the process like that.
Yeah.
Like within weeks, I saw more and more results. So nutrition really helped.
Yeah, nutrition is one of the most important things because and you're in the gym, obviously, as you know, you're damaging the muscles, you're stressing the muscles, you're making them work. But unfortunately, without the nutrition and without giving the body fuel, they're not going to grow. You're just breaking them down and you're not really going to get any results. So once Jack applied the proper nutrition, the proper eating, that's when he got all the results. And that's a good thing to remember. Always make sure you're eating properly. So if you're lifting all that weight and you're putting a lot of effort in that gym, you're like, well, I'm not getting any results. Nutrition.
Yep.
Okay, so we're just getting a quick workout in. We're just going to do some arms. We're starting off with a compound exercise, the close grip press. One of Jack's goals for his physique is
Bigger arms.
he wants bigger arms.
Yeah.
And one way to do that is to isolate the arms in one workout. So you want to make sure you put a lot of stress on those arms or hitting the biceps and triceps together. That's how you build it up. So we're going to get a heavy workout starting with some close grip bench press. And we're just going to be on this bench here. I'm going to set Jack up. And we just got the spotter bars in here because with close grip bench press, you're really just focusing on the locking out at the top position. So there you go. There you go. So let's get about close about here. Yeah. So you don't want to get too close. You just want to keep those shoulders back still, just like in a normal press, and just press from that position. You want to press all the way up, get that nice squeeze in the triceps, and then bring it down nice and slow. Touch, and then back up. Good. So hit around the 10 rep range. That nice squeeze at the top, really lock them out. Yeah, that's the important thing. Keeping those elbows pretty tucked in. There we go. Awesome.
So I was wondering how you guys got bigger arms, because I can tell that you guys have some pretty big arms.
Get the guns.
Yeah.
And that's it. I mean, it's really all about isolation. You want to isolate the muscle group that you want to build up. So it is that priority training where if you have a certain muscle group you want to build up, so Jack, if you want to build your arms up, you're going to have to make that your priority, right? So at the beginning of the week, you're fresh, you're ready to go, you're going to hit those arms. You're going to hit biceps and triceps together. You know, you'll notice a lot of people do back and biceps together, chest and triceps together, you know, which is a good program. But if you really want to put a massive amount of stress on the arms, you're just going to work the arms in general and make sure that is the top priority. So we worked out where we just hit arms in one day and we hit all isolation exercises, which some people might not want to do as far as like, well, that's too much load for the arms. But when you're young and you're having the proper nutrition, it's going to be okay because you're making sure you fuel the body to make sure it repairs properly, it's making sure it grows properly, and if you have enough rest, I mean, that's what causes the most growth possible. Some close grip underhand bent over rows, starting it off with compound in this exercise today.
So
ready, Jack?
We're doing 4 sets of 10 again?
Yeah, we're going to stay with 4 sets of 10 on this one as well.
Okay.
We're in our home gym, so we're not really pyramiding as we do. Typically with compound, we do pyramid, whereas with isolation, we do stay the same with this 4 sets of 10. Today, we're just getting like a nice, light, quick workout, so we're just sticking with the same rep range. So you notice too, we're doing the underhand grip, which is the more supinated grip, and it's gonna put a lot more stress on the biceps, and that is what we're doing here. So whenever you wanna put more stress on the biceps in a compound movement, you can either do chin-ups, which is gonna be the underhand grip pull-ups, where you stress more with biceps, or bent over rows with the supinated grip or underhand grip. So that way we get most of the work in the biceps. The back is still working, but the good thing about these compound movements like a close grip bench press or a bent over row, underhand row, is that you're allowing the bicep to work a little bit harder because you're allowing it to do more weight because you get a little bit more help with either the back or the chest. So you just put more load on the bicep and tricep than generally used to in an isolation exercise. And after we get done with these compound movements, we're going to move on to isolations to really get that massive pump in the arms. Jack, typically how long are you working out?
I usually work out around 1.5 hours to 2 hours every day.
It's a pretty intense workout. That's really intense. And that's really where those calories once again come in. Because if you're working out that hard, you have to make sure the muscles are properly fueled, especially with someone like Jack, who is a little bit more of a hard gainer. And it's really sticking at that consistent 3,500 calories a day, or the calorie range that you feel is good in a surplus for your specific body type in order to gain weight. So we're going on to the isolations here. Start one of our most favorite isolation exercises for the triceps is going to be the skull crushers. As you can tell, he's getting that full range of motion coming all the way down to the top of the head, and then extending straight up, getting that nice squeeze at the top. Nice controlled movement. Awesome. That was easy. So we're going to go up and weight in this one. So that's a little bit lighter for him. He tends to do a little bit more than this. So, and it's all about putting that stress on the muscle, because the more stress you put on the muscle, the more hungry it gets. And then the more you feed it, the bigger it grows. It's about as simple as that. All right, we're moving on to straight bar bicep curls. Going to get a little bit of that supination action. Barbell curls, probably one of the top bicep exercises. This is one that we really used to build those biceps. All right, here we go, Jack. Starting off with 25 pounds, we're going to do the same thing, 10 reps. Remember, keep those shoulders tight to the body. Get that full range of motion. That's what a lot of times you see those, nice. A lot of times you'll see those guys, they really activate their anterior delts in order to get that work. All about the biceps. Sweet. Oh yeah, you got it, you got it, come on. This is a buff dude workout, damn it. Hell yeah. 2 more. You got it, you got it. Come on more, come on more. 2 more. Sweet, sweet, sweet. You got it, man. Good job, good job. And that's another thing too, as a younger lifter, or maybe someone who's just getting back into it, sometimes you can be really, really ambitious, just want to hit it nonstop. I don't want to work out 6 days a week. I want to work out 7, because if I do that, I'll get even bigger. You just got to be careful due to overtraining. It can be really exciting just getting into this, especially when you're making a lot of gains like Jack has, 20 pounds in a relatively short amount of time through hard work. But Jack is getting a lot of proper nutrition and rest as well. That's something else a lot of people forget, is you need your proper rest and your rest days. So hit it, but just moderation. That's very important, because you're in this for the long run. You don't want to just do this for 2 or 3 months. It's moderation and consistency. That's where it's at.
Some biceps to do it.
Flex that arm, damn it. Yeah, there we go. Hey Jack, how does it feel like to work out with one of Watch Mojo's top hottest fitness channel guys?
It's pretty cool.
Jack, a man of few words.
What are your arms measuring, Jack?
About 15.
15?
16 after my workout.
16 with the bump. Oh yeah, inch. Whole inch.
I want him to stay like that.
He's a grower, not a shower, all right?
That's true.
TMI, all right.
At least he's honest. We keep our stability balls closeted.
Our balls are in the closet.
Our balls are in the, oh wow, that does not sound good. We are doing tricep extensions with the straight bar. It's just an overhand extension. This is a great isolation, so it's a good pairing with just what we did, our elbow flexion, the bicep curls, the barbell curls. It's pretty much the exact opposite, where you're doing the extension of the elbow and get a nice squeeze and isolation in the tricep muscles. Thanks DIY Duke for making this possible. It's a little bit of a piece of shit, but I guess it works. A lot different, huh? Yeah, there we go. Come on, Jack. You got it, man. Come on, come on. There we go, there we go. Nice. Yeah. Now we gotta teach Jack the arrogance of being a buff dude. Flexing after every set and grimacing. Try it out, Jack. Yeah. Nice. Oh yeah! Okay, so we're doing some alternating supinating curls here. And what you really want to focus on, of course, is as you flex the elbow joint upwards, you're supinating that palm up to get the most activation in the bicep. Because as you know, the flexion in the elbow is one of the major movements of the bicep, but the supination is also a big movement that the bicep helps out with too. So what you do is when you want to pick this up, you're going to start by curling and then pulling that hand upwards, and even the pinky, kind of bring it almost into the shoulder joint here to get the maximum contraction in that bicep. If you're struggling to get a rep range, let's say you're trying for 10, but you're starting to burn out around the 8, you can implement something called the rest pause method, where you still hold the weights, but you take a little bit of time to kind of rest, pause, and then gather a little bit more energy to complete a couple more reps. You like that, Jack? All right, we're just wrapping up the workout here. As you can tell, it's not really high volume. I mean, it is 4 sets per exercise, but we'll typically tack on a couple more exercises like bent over kickbacks or concentration curls, just at the end, like 3 sets, around 10, 12 to 15 reps, a little bit higher. Just kind of work on that peak and the definition as well. But for today, we're just concentrating on the bigger lifts, get a nice pump, get some blood flow, and yeah, I felt like it was pretty good. What do you think, Jack?
Pretty good.
Nice. What's your goal? What's your goal bicep size?
16.
Nice.
Or maybe more, 17.
Yeah, come on. It's always more. It's always more. He'll get 16 and then he'll be like, nah, 17. Get 17 and be like, all right, 18. It always goes up. You never be happy, which is a good thing. You always want to make sure you make those new goals. So once you reach a goal, you know, of course, you got to find another one, or else you'll just start losing motivation. Because I mean, a couple years from now, you might have been like, saw yourself and been like, oh, that's perfect. I mean, how do I get there? But now, you being this size, you want more, right? Yeah. Which is a good thing. You always got to stay hungry.
And you got to remember too that as you begin to get bigger, you're going to have to up your calories as well. So Jack's having 3,500 now, which is working for him great, but as he continues to grow in size, he'll keep in mind that he'll have to up his calories as well over time in order to continue growing.
Yeah, good job. You got it, man.
Come on, rest pause.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Alright, we just finished up with our workout, and now we're having the post-workout meal, which is just 2 to 3 scoops of protein. I mean, this is 20 grams of protein per scoop, and typically you want a little bit extra protein after your workout because your body's a little bit more hungrier for it. It's going to need it a little bit more. It wants that big heavy influx of amino acids to start its repairing process. So this has about 20 grams of protein per scoop. Do 2 to 3 scoops, 60 grams of protein immediately after the workout, and with some just fat-free milk. Get a little bit more sugars, spicy insulin, kind of brings everything into the system a little bit quicker. A lot of people, right after a workout, they won't even realize that they're doing anything wrong by not having anything, not eating anything. And you don't have to have protein powder. Let's say you don't have protein powder or you just don't like it. That's fine. Just have a meal, a big heavy protein meal like chicken or like some lean fish with some like fast-acting carbohydrates like a potato or white rice or anything like that.
Sometimes you can get confused not knowing what you're doing. You can never fail with working out hard, eating right, and getting that proper rest. You gotta keep those 3 things at all times. As long as you keep those steady, you're gonna be in great shape because you're building that foundation. Jack is living proof of that. 7-8 months, working out hard, eating right, doing damn good, looking awesome.
Yeah, just chilling in the corner. Not even a single fuck.
It's hard, isn't it?
Yes, it's
being in front of the camera.
It's very hard.
So don't give Jack a hard time, all right? It's a lot harder than it looks, actually, sticking this camera right in your face and being like, tell us everything about you, Jack. He's doing good.
It's kind of like school when they make you read out loud.
Exactly, except in front of hundreds of thousands of people, all who want to tear you to shreds. Kind of like that school.
We just want to sit down and talk a little bit about macronutrients. We get a lot of questions about this, and we just want to kind of go over it and clarify things. Macronutrients are fats, proteins, and carbohydrates. Fats being 9 calories per 1 gram, proteins being 4 calories per 1 gram, and carbohydrates being 4 calories per 1 gram as well. And these make up the total amount of calories you have per day. So 3,500 calories a day are all made up of fats, proteins, and carbohydrates. And for instance, Jack is doing 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, and he's doing 2 grams of carbohydrates per pound of body weight. So he's just at about 360 for carbohydrates, and he's about 180 for protein. He's letting fats fill in the rest, and the 3 of those make up the 3,500 calories a day. Now, is there a perfect macronutrient breakdown for you? Yes, but is there a perfect macronutrient breakdown for everybody? There is not one percentage that everyone can do. Everyone has to be different. And in the beginning, when me and Hudson were trying to gain a lot of weight and muscle, we didn't even know what the hell macronutrients were. We just made sure to have a lot of calories. And then once we started tracking our calories, we started figuring out what the different breakdowns and how our body reacted to different things.
And our bodies reacted completely different. For instance, we were having a lot of calories. I was basically getting fat. I mean, I was eating a ton. I didn't know what I was doing. I was basically like, hey, I'll eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches all day and work out, and then I'll probably get buff. Well, that's didn't work that way with me. I, for instance, am a little bit more carbohydrate sensitive, so I usually stick with a little bit of lower carbohydrates even when I'm trying to put on weight, and it's worked great for me. Whereas Jack, for instance, he's having 400 grams of carbohydrates a day, and it's working great for him. He's staying lean and he's putting on muscle mass at the same time. So everybody's a little different. And having said that, we have some calculators in the description of this video so you can kind of figure out the amount of calories you're burning in the day, and also to kind of put you on the right track of how many macros you should be having. But as Brandon said, everyone's going to be slightly different, so a little bit of the fun is finding out what works best for you, but the consistency and just knowing how much you're eating every single day is what's going to put you on that right course. A lot of times diets work for people because they're finally beginning to track what they're eating. So if you got on, let's just say, I don't know, the Atkins diet, the South Beach diet, whatever, one of those diets from the past, a lot of people go, wow, I saw results on those, because they're finally tracking what they're eating. Before, they're just like, as Brandon was saying earlier, oh, I eat all the time. But then you really begin to add it up and you're like, I had 1,500 calories this day, I had 35 this day, I had 2,000 that day. It's just varying. You never really know what you're eating, and that's why your body's just kind of in that middle ground of, we've said it before, we're kind of like marshmallow kids because we weren't tracking anything. We were just these puffy kids, you know? We weren't big, we weren't small, we were just kind of somewhere in the middle.
And you don't want to just be somewhere in the middle. So that's when you have to take the extra effort to track your calories along with your workouts, and the combination of the two, bringing those together, that's when you see all those results that you always want.
And at the end of the day, I mean, we can only help you, or really anyone can only help you so much. You can read thousands of articles, you can watch hundreds of YouTube videos, you can see all these guys. Everything works a little bit different for every single person, but at the end of the day, it's going to be time, hard work, and consistency, which is going to get you what you want. No one can do the work for you, no matter how many articles you see. This pill does this, this new thing does this, oh, check out this new workout plan, it's revolutionary, there's one weird tip. Hard work, time, and consistency is always going to, it's right in front of you. It's right in front of all of us, and it's always been there. But that's the hard thing. And I think we as human beings are prone to want to take shortcuts from time to time. And that's why those guys always work. Take the shortcut, take the secret tip. Here's a little bit of my workout plan. Find the rest on my website where I tell you the real secrets how to get into the shape I got into. Get in the gym, bust your ass, stay consistent with the eating routine. Yes, you'll learn things along the way, but you can never lose having those foundations. You're building a house, you gotta have that solid foundation or everything's gonna fall to pieces.
So when it comes down to it, just do it.
Do it! Do it! Come on! You have one life! Do it! Do it! Do you feel better, Jack, now that you've put on that mass and now you're looking bigger?
Yeah, a lot better.
Oh, nice.
Do you feel like you get more attention now?
Yeah, a lot. Girls notice.
Yeah,
Nice. You hear that? Women. Yeah. In fact, we've tried to ask if we could go to Jack's college to meet some of these women. But a lot of people are like, what are you, like 70 years old? What are you, the janitor? Get out of here. I'm like, oh, all right.